Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode here at Tribal Trades, the daily show coming at you from the great state of Florida. One hell of a drug. And I do want to welcome you to the channel wherever you are tuning in from around the world. Thanks for watching. Today we're going to talk about, will this be the start of a much needed rally for Bitcoin and the altcoins? What am I seeing in the charts? There are some important news events that I want to share with you today as well. So stay tuned, all that coming up and more. And you know what I'm going to say next? Smash the like button. This does help get this channel out to more people. Appreciate all the wonderful comments that you leave. That also helps to grow the channel. Thank you so much. And of course, those who ask questions in the comments section, I do get back to those as soon as I'm able to. However, if you'd like more immediate engagement and interaction with me, you can find me in the Tribal Trades Discord, one Discord to rule them all. Now that Discord is now closed. As of Friday, that was your last chance to send me an email to receive an exclusive invitation to a limited Discord that I have started. Many of you are already in there making money, doing a lot of great trades. Now, if you've emailed me by that date, you've got an invitation. If you missed the deadline and you email me on Saturday, Sunday, today, or later, you will go into a wait list. And if some of those who haven't yet responded don't end up signing up, then I will come into the wait list where people are already waiting and you will get the invitation there, okay? So sign up for the wait list if you're interested. You'll get an email with some information, and you'll be moved to the wait list, and you may get access this week if some of those who I've sent the invitation email to. Now, if I've sent the invitation email to you and you still want to sign up, you still can. I'm allowing a little bit longer. I know some people didn't check their emails over the weekend or watch the stream to get that information. So I am going to give a little bit more time for those of you who got emails sent and already have an invitation link. Now, if you sent the email by Friday and don't have the emailed invitation link from me, please let me know. I will resend that out to you, okay? So there are still opportunities. If you have the link, if you have the invitation, you can still sign up. You can still get in because you emailed me before the deadline, which was Friday. If you emailed me after, I will send you to the wait list, and you can wait on the wait list, and some people don't take up the invitation, and then you will get access this week, okay? So exciting things happening. Of course, I'm in the Stocks with Josh Discord as usual, sharing some of my trade setups there, sharing education, resource insights, and entertainment, because this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. This is for education and entertainment purposes only. Are you not entertained? Okay, so let's jump into some of the news here. And number one, we've got key events this week. We've got reciprocal tariff announcements on Monday, and I believe even Tuesday or Wednesday there might be more. The tariff war week, but we saw Super Bowl Sunday, and that has usually been a catalyst for a bit of a pump, even if it's just for a week or so. Careful, Valentine's Day is coming up, and that hasn't always been the best time. For some reason, people got to sell to pay for the dinners and the presents and the gifts for Valentine's. I don't know what it is. But anyway, we could see a nice little pump this week. And we are already seeing the markets a little bit green there, even with all the tariff talk that was going on, and China now responding, saying they are going to issue 15% on tariffs. And now the US government coming back saying they're going to put tariffs on some other stuff. So, I mean, this is just going on, and maybe now the market starts to get a little bit of immune to it, and it's like, oh, hey, it's okay, we survived, and it's all right. And I think the more this goes on, possibly the less effect it'll have, because it was priced in, and then people also now come to a realization, hey, it's been a week or so later now, and the market's been okay. This was just good opportunities to buy the dip. So if it happens again, we're going to buy the dip. But you got Fed Powell's going to speak Tuesday, Wednesday. Why? Just go on a break until March, please. We've got the January CPI inflation data. We got PPI inflation, and we got a bunch of other stuff coming in as well. But we do have 27 US states are pushing for Bitcoin adoption. You can see them all marked here. So check that out. I think that's very bullish for Bitcoin. Also, we've seen Bitcoin dominance on the weekly completes its highest local candle close and largest wick since the Bitcoin dominance top in December 2020. It's not talking about the Bitcoin price top, which was in November 2021. And so is this the start of an altcoin season, of an altcoin rally? Usually Bitcoin will have some upside as well, but alts will pump. We've got all the FTX money coming in as well. There were news of quantitative easing possibly starting in June, where the Fed will begin to print money and be buyers into the market that will boost and push the market as well. I think a lot of fears over that causing inflation, or the tariffs causing inflations, are unfounded. It's been shown that the main cause of inflation is government, wasteful government spending, and the overprinting money. Quantitative easing has always led to good times in the market. So I think that would be fantastic. And then we have here, I do like a YOLO, very unlikely majority of alts see a new all-time high this year. And I would agree with this. Any charts that will never come back and look like below. I do agree with that, and I have shared that many times on these YouTube videos and in the Discord. I feel April 2021 was where most alts topped out. They never recovered, and that was it. This could be the time. February 2021, a lot of alts, I feel, will never find. Be careful that you don't buy a dip that keeps dipping, and this is why I'm looking to mostly trade coins that I feel are multi-cycle coins and won't find their top until Bitcoin finds their top, okay? So the high-risk plays now, I'm pretty much staying away from. Maybe a small portion of capital in my portfolio will be assigned to that, but otherwise I'm looking for more of what I feel will be the multi-cycle coins that will survive until the next bull market and also make new all-time highs in the next market, like Solana, like Sui, like Tau, like Ondo, which is bringing out its own chain. Now, of course, what we need to understand as well, Ondo bringing out its new chain is amazing for Ondo, but not so good for ETH, because Ondo was on ETH, which means Ondo is leaving Ethereum and it's got its own chain coming. It will be its own layer 1 blockchain that is absolutely huge, okay? And then secondly, the US government is talking about putting all of the federal spending on the blockchain, like trillions of dollars budget. So it's all transparent. Right now, there's no transparency there, and we're seeing a lot of wasteful and fraudulent spending that has been happening. Now, if that happens, which blockchain is going to be chosen? That's a very good question. Now, nobody's really considered that Doge may choose the Doge chain, because Doge started out as a meme coin, but they developed its own blockchain. And Elon had even talked about how in the last year or so that he'd been working and talking with Doge about how best to develop and grow the chain. So that could be something from left field that I haven't seen many people talk about. People talking, oh, maybe it's going to be on Cardano. Maybe it's going to be on Ethereum. Maybe it's going to be on the Move chain, because World Liberty Finance started buying some Move all of a sudden about a week or so ago. But they've also been buying other protocols as well. And will Link play a part in any of this? World Liberty Finance been buying a bunch of that. So that'll be very interesting to see which blockchain, if number one, that it has to happen, and what are the kind of steps. Can an executive order be taken for that to happen? Does it have to go through Congress? We're going to have to wait and find out. But let's have the look at the price of Bitcoin here. And again, I kind of just said what was going to get hit. I told you guys, and guess what happened? It did. We hit the 100-day moving average, which was sitting at around 95,000, okay? And we came down to hit it when it hit it at the time. The first time was sitting around 94,000 or so down. No, it was at 95,000 there. So we hit it a few times, 1, 2, 3. Now, the more times we test something, the weaker it can get. And we are finding there's rejection here at the 50-day moving average at 98.77. And then we've got more above the 20 EMA there at about 99. But this is what I always said. We're trading we're in a range, okay? So if you're new watching, we're in a range from 90,000 range up to the 100,000 range. We popped our head a couple of times and traded in this top range here from the 100,000 to the 109 here and spent some days. But the majority of the last 3 months have been spent in this range, providing quite a lot of support, and also there's resistance there. And so what I said to people was that I felt we would stay in this range between 95 and 100K, and the market makers just coming down, liquidating all the over leveraged longs, and then going up and liquidating all the over leveraged shorts, and we're trading in this range. Now, if we were to break down below this range, daily close, and then retest and reject, then that would lead me to coming down to the middle of this range, which is going to be around here, this key Fibonacci level here, around 92,700, and the bottom of this range, which is 90,000. And we'll start to look to trade in the bottom of this range here. And then I wouldn't expect that we would necessarily lose this area, because that could mean quite a drop down to 84,000, but the 200 EM on the day is slowly moving up there, okay? So it's very, very interesting with that. So keep an eye on that. If we look at the yellow brick road, follow the yellow brick road, follow the yellow brick road. We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. We're just seeing the same thing, 99,000. And then to the downside, 96, 95,000, rinse, repeat at the moment until that changes. That is the range that I'm trading. You can get entries down at 95, 96, and take your profits up at 98, 99, 1,000 there. 48 hour, we're seeing the same thing. We saw how we came up and tagged that. I said that this was going to happen. We're going to come up. We're going to lower, get this lower stuff. The last video I did, go and check it out on Saturday, to come down and get these lower areas at 95, 96, and then come up again, because that's what I would do if I'm the market maker. But I'm not the market maker. People keep saying that I'm the market maker. I just think I'm starting to think like the market maker. I'm looking at this yellow brick road all day, and I'm just starting to think like the market makers think. There it is there. That's what I told you it would come down and get. And then I said it would come down and get these upper levels here. At some point, we're going to take off and lose liquidity behind. So you have to be careful there that you don't just keep trading that range. You got to know when the market's trending. There it is down there that I said we come down and get. Now that there's a lot of liquidity building to the upside, let's jump out to the monthly time frame, see what we can see there, and wowzers up there. At some point, I do feel we break out of this 100K range and start trading in that range between 100, 109,000. I do believe we still see a new all-time high for Bitcoin in the month of February. I did say in mid-January that we would see a new all-time high for Bitcoin before the month of end of February, and we already saw that with 109. I do think we're going to peak up. Maybe another rejection there at 110, 111. Are we going to see 120,000 in February? Obviously, the deeper we get in the month and the more we stay in that 90 to 100,000 range, the more difficult it becomes. But I will say a new all-time high there. Okay, I want to look at one more coin for you, which is Ondo, because I believe Ondo has shown a lot of strength, and I'm very bullish on Ondo. I gave this entry in the Discord at $1.33. But you see, there is a lot of resistance here, and this is the problem. You see these long wicks, and there's way more, so that's really pushing price. But you will see what happens if we break, in particular, this 50-day moving average, and then break above that 140 and establish that as support, then bang, we can come back up to this $1.49. But this is a great one to swing right now. You really could have swung it quite a few times, even on the daily time frame here. You could have swung this a number of times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There, you could trade that 9 times, and just between this $1.30 level and up to the upside around this $1.49, $1.48 level. You don't always have to wait. As soon as you see these big long wicks rejecting, you can actually get out of the trade before it gets there. And of course, you get out of the trade, also what? It breaks back above retest support, get back in the trade. And if you're trading as a longer term hold, because I do think Ondo can get to around that $10 mark, maybe 20, 30 at very tops here in this bull run, then that could be a good longer term swing play or longer term hold play for later. I don't think anything's going to be like a really long-term hold here. If the market finishes in April or May, for example, it's only going to be 3 months down the track that you hold it for and ride to the top and hopefully take some profits on the way up there. So Ondo is a play. That's kind of my bonus that I'm giving you for today, because I've just got the one video coming out today covering a little bit of Bitcoin, a little bit of altcoins there. If we were to see a capitulation to the downside there, we got the 200 EMA at 113 sitting, and the 200 simple moving average there is sitting down there around about $1.02, but we haven't really seen that. We haven't really seen this wick eaten up either. So, and I'm not saying that it has to happen now or that has to happen for every coin. There's always exceptions to the rule, and of course, it could come down and fill this wick or partially fill this wick in a bear market as well, when we do see a bear market for altcoins, which I do think will be coming. So those are the levels, and I'm constantly keeping those updated in the Discord. So until the next episode, or until I see you in the Discord, happy trading.